Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my first live. Thank you for being here. I have to tell you guys something. I thought I was going to be able to do this from my cell phone and my iPad. I had everything set up to do it in my dining room, but for whatever reason, YouTube says that I can't do it on mobile yet, that I can do it with my webcam. So I had to set up here in my little office, and here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know that you're here. Type something in the chat. I'm happy to use my um, keyboard and stuff. So welcome, welcome everyone. I'm gonna wait a little bit until to see some people join. Thank you once again for being here. How you guys doing today? It's a warm day here in California. I don't know where you guys are from. Hablo español también. So if there's anyone here that wants to do live in Spanish, go ahead and let me know in the comments so that so that I can work on that. Si quiere que lo haga en español, déjenme saber en los comentarios. Si quiere que yo le haga otro live, pero en español. Okay. I want to go a little bit about me. I'm nervous. It is my first time doing this live here on YouTube. This is not easy at all. There is so much stuff that goes behind the scenes in order to be ready to do this. People out there is like, oh, it's so easy. Oh, you can just push. It's not as easy as just pushing live. I mean, it's a lot behind the scenes. And I am not tech savvy. I'm having to research. I'm having to learn how to do these things because all I want to do is be able to be here like this and chat with you guys and share my experience and share the little bit of things that I know how to do. I am not an expert. I am not, I've been crocheting for about 10 years on and off. I learned to crochet here on YouTube in about, I think it was 2014. So it's been about 10 years now. But I crochet for a few months and then I stop it completely and then life happens, work and all that stuff, right? And I tried all the different businesses and all that stuff, thinking, I want to do this, I want to do that, because I've always known that I wanted to do something else besides just working on my job. I want to do more stuff besides that, right? In addition to. So I tried all the things, but I always find myself coming right back to crochet. I really do love it. I don't know how you feel, but when I'm crocheting, I feel like the day can just go by and the hours can just go by and just leave me alone. Just let me crochet, and I am as happy as can be. It is just, I don't even know how to explain it. Only the people who crochet know what I'm talking about, right? That's all we want to do. Like, you want to go somewhere? No, I want to stay home. I want to crochet. Or if you go somewhere, you want to come right back home so you can continue with your project. Another thing is like, I like starting like all these projects. Who doesn't have more than 3 projects halfway done or at least started? Let me know in the comments. That's right here. I have different bags of like, oh, I started this shawl, or I started this other shawl, or I started whatever. I have like 4, 5, 6 bags of like, I need to get to this. And then I start a new one. Anyway, yeah, so uh, I always wanted to do this, but I was so afraid. And I'm still kind of afraid, but I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. So for those of you out there that want to start going live or want to start um, sharing your experience and your knowledge here on YouTube, let me tell you, don't be afraid. Well, actually, while you are afraid, just do it. Just do it. It's gonna be imperfect, just like you know. You're gonna have to improvise. Like I have myself everything, like I said earlier, ready to do this in my dining room, and finding out by doing a test live that is just not working. So here I am, and the only way that we can make it happen is by continue to do it. That's how I'm gonna learn. That's how we all learn. With it's with everything, right? Like when you start a new job, I knew when I started a new job, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until I'm like 2 months away, like in the future, so that I don't have to feel like this. Like I feel so discombobulated, not knowing what I'm doing, not being able to do my job the way I'm expected to do it because I'm new, right? So if you're logging in, coming into the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello in the comments so I can say hello back and know that you're here with me. Thank you for being here. So I was talking about me. I'll continue to talk a little bit more about me, and then we're going to talk about what this is about. So anyway, here I am. I want to share with you guys. And as you notice in the description, we're going to be making a beanie, um, a cotton beanie, which is a great beanie for people who are losing their hair, who are going through chemotherapy. It needs to be a soft cotton, even though the ones that I linked, whatever products you see that I'm going to be using, I have linked where you can find them in the description. I'm going to be using Peaches and Cream regular cotton, but there are other cottons that are way softer. But just for the sake of this um, live tutorial, where I'm going to be using that. So I am a mom, I'm a grandma, and I am passionate about my crochet. And here I am. We're going to do this. There is no, um, I don't have a pattern to follow. And honestly, I can't follow patterns, but I love just making things out of my head. I think you guys have heard me say this in my videos. So we're going to try that today. I don't know what level of experience you have, but if you're a very, very, very beginner, this is good. For experienced people, this is great because they already know the stitches and the basics. But if you're brand new and you're learning, it's good that you're learning like this, so you can create your own. My goal here in this channel and doing my lives is to share different ways where you can just create it yourself. Don't be afraid. Nobody's gonna say, "Oh, nothing bad is gonna happen to you." And if it doesn't come out right, just frog it. Frog it means undo it and do it again. And we'll probably be at that point today because we're gonna be trying new things and stuff. Um, we're gonna do the basics before we start. The things that you will need are a crochet hook, appropriate for the way of your yarn that you will be using. And I like using this because I have, according to the doctors, I have severe carpal tunnel, I have arthritis, and all the good stuff going because I'm getting younger. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm a grandma. So anyway, so we're going to need this. We're going to need, obviously, your yarn. And because I'm having to do my live here with my webcam, once we start the project, I'm going to move my webcam to this side so you guys can see what I'm working on instead of just looking at my face and not knowing where I am, to make it easier. And I hope that works. And if that is something that you're okay with, then let me know in the comments. So hook, yarn hook, scissors, any scissors. I got these big ones here. I have a pair of smaller ones, but I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. And your needles, your tapestry needles for weaving your ends. I also I forgot to say that you need to use, if you need them, I don't usually use them, but stitch markers. And it's optional if you want to have beads. I have these beads right here. They're size 10 millimeters. They're tiny beads. And at the very end, because we're doing something for people who are losing their hair, it needs to be obviously soft, and we're not going to be using beads for this kind of beanie because it might hurt their head. But I want to show you at the end of the towards the end of the project how I add my beads to. You can add beads to any project, and these are tiny little ones. I don't know if you can see them there, and that's why I have my two needles here. This is really pointy, but this one is the one I like because it has a big. Can you see it? A big eye, and that's where I'm gonna put the bead. But anyway, that's towards the end. So the basics, I said there are two ways how you can start your crochet circle, your round, this right here. I'm going to show you a sample of what I have here. Let me move my yarn. Oh, and I'm using this cup, big cup to put my yarn. And then I put it through here, and then I just pull it. It's heavy, so it's not going to go anywhere. So there are two ways where you can start this here. Okay, and I'm going to end up moving my camera now, my webcam, to my to here so that you can see down here and we can start um, the crochet. If you have any questions or you want to share anything in the comments, let me know so that I can respond. Once again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time. And let me move my camera. I hope it all works fine. Oh, this is a creation of mine right here, the dress that I made. Do you guys want to see it first? I can show you. Believe it or not, I don't have a pattern for it. My I want to create a tutorial also, but that's going to be like in the future of how I made this. This is a long chain of variegated yarn, and all I did was just tape it. Tape it. So you can draw the heart, and then you can start from the outside, and then go in and in and in. Oops, until you get all the way to the center. I've done something like this with purple yarn, but the shape of an elephant, and it had this trunk up, and then I put glitter, like the trunk, like the water, spitting water. So let me show you really quick this dress, and then we can begin, okay? It's a long dress. It's all made with pearlized cotton, and here the waist, the top, it's got also sequins. I don't know if I can bring it that close. Let's try this. Bring it really close so you guys can see her. Miss Mannequin. You see? And then the back, it's like the blue dress that I have a video, a short on my blue dress. I like to make it where you can make it tighter. So depending on the size, they can get for, bigger or tighter. And then the skirt, oh my goodness, this is heavy. Let's see if I can drop it. If you can see the skirt, how it goes, I'm gonna hit the fan. And how the stitch changes right here. If you see right there at the bottom, the stitch changes and it looks like the one at the top. So the stitch at the top is the same as the very bottom, like from the knee down. But this part right here has sequins. I don't know if you can see the sequins. Can you see that? How sparkly it is? And it's a spaghetti strap. So, okay, let's put her back here. And let's begin. Oh, I have also this poncho here that we can also make here live. If you wanted to make this poncho live in the comments, even if you see this after the live, please leave me a comment and say poncho live, please, so that I know, depending on how many people want to work on this on another live, then we will do that. Okay. So let's begin. Let me move my camera. I hope you can hear me well. I didn't even ask. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can. All right, so let me move this stuff from here and show you the two ways where you can begin the center, your base of your crochet circle. Let's move this. So excuse me. I hope I don't lose you. Okay, let's move this. Move this out of the way. I hope that works. It's a little crooked, but that's the best I can do here in my office. Too much stuff on my desk. All right, so I'm gonna show you the two ways in which you can make the center. The first one is one that I don't really care for, but I want to show you. So I do my, come on. I do my first little loop, just like this. Insert my hook, and then you're gonna do 4 chains. So you do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then after you do that, you're gonna close it with the slip stitch on the very first one. And then you can start, and you're gonna work them all inside right here in this little hole that you have from doing I don't know if you can see it, the center of the 4 chains. So just for this demonstration, I'm just gonna do single crochets. So I'm gonna insert the hook in the middle, pull up a loop, and that's my first single crochet. And usually you will put anywhere from 6, 8 is usually multiples of 2, like even numbers, I should say. So it could be 6, 8, 10, 12. I usually work with 12 because when you work with 12, it just gets bigger, nicer, and faster. And it's not so tight. When you make less here in the center, it starts doing this. And before we wanted to do that, we wanted to do that later when we want it. So, okay, so I don't like this one. The reason why is because I can't make this center hole smaller. It's gonna be bigger as I put more stitches in here, and then you end up with this hole in the middle. So this is one way, and the second way that I'm gonna show you, it's the one that I love using when it comes to beanies or anything that's round, which is the magic ring. I don't know if you know the magic ring, but I'm gonna show it just quickly. So you're gonna let me move myself so I can be like right in front of you. So you put your yarn like this, and then you're gonna hold with your finger here, and you're going to turn your hand like so, and you're gonna grab with this finger. Then you're gonna insert your hook under this one. Hmm? Let's do it again. Here, when you cross it over, you're gonna hold it with your finger here. So it means that first one that you did, you're gonna go under, and then you're gonna do this. Oh, you're gonna pull it, and you're gonna hold right here, and you let go. See, you have a circle. And it's magical because you're gonna close it as you want. So we close it a little smaller in order for us to be able to put stitches in there. I like to hold it like this. So what I usually do right away is do a chain, and that secures my magic circle. And from here, you can do whatever stitch you want. This is the one that I prefer. This is the one that I used here. So what we're going to be working on, we're going to start by doing 12 double crochets in the center. I just worked this one just, to give you an example. So we're going to start with 12. And then once we get to the size that we want, like we're going to keep increasing. We're going to be increasing. The way that the circles work and how you get them larger is by increasing on each row. Whatever number you start here with, that's the same number of stitches that you need to increase it on the next one. So if I start with 12 here, then that means that the next one I need to increase it by 12. So 12 and 12 is 24. So I need to have 24 here. And then on the next one, this row, I need to increase it by 12 again. So I'm already going to have 24 plus 12 is 36. So I have to have 36. And the best way to make sure that you don't mess up when you're working on something is just take a quick count. At the end of all your rounds, take a quick count so you don't realize that you made a mistake once you're almost halfway done and you have to undo all of this and frog it. Okay? So it goes increasing by 12, by 12, by 12, by 12. So that's what we're gonna work on. And these are just basic. I like working with basic stitches. I don't know the names of many stitches and fancy stitches and stuff, but I like to stick with single crochets, half double crochets, double crochets. Those three stitches are the ones that I use the most to make the things that I make you have seen in some of my videos. Those are the stitches that I use the most. The only difference that I do is how I place them. And also the color of yarn that you use has a lot to do with how your garment or your whatever product you're making looks. All right. So let's begin. After I do the magic circle, I'm going to close it a little more. I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do like a single crochet, but it's not going to be a single crochet. So I'm going to do a double crochet, but this is how I started. Make one single crochet, and then you're going to put your crochet hook in here. You're going to pull up a loop, and then pull up a loop, and then finish it. So that's my first double crochet. And then we're going to do 12. So we're going to crochet 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, making it smaller, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Count them. Count them to make sure. So let's pull this one to make it smaller. See the difference with this one? You can make it tighter by pulling on this, and look how tiny it looks compared to the other way. So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now we're gonna make a slip stitch on at the top of the first double crochet. So we're gonna grab both of these. This is the hard part, so I'm just gonna try to make a little hole there. So here I wanna show you something else. Usually you can close just like this by slip stitching, just like that, and you're good to go. But you can also Another way of closing your round is by letting it go, putting your hook in through the back of these two, the top of the first double crochet, and then you just pull that loop, and it looks like that. Sorry if it's not too clear. My webcam is not like the best webcam in town, but this is what I have now. That's what YouTube said, that I can't do it on my mobile yet for whatever reason. I'll figure it out, but I didn't want to miss coming to you guys because of that. I didn't want to have any excuses, so I'm here. I'm here. And if you're joining now, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions or anything, comments, let me know. If there's anything specific that you would like to see, also let me know in the comments. Okay, so we're going to start a second round. So we did 12. So the next one is going to be 24. That means that I have to do 2 double crochets in each space. So you can do the regular double crochet some people do. You can start by doing 1, 2, 3, and that becomes your first double crochet. And particularly, I don't like that. So I'm going to show you what I do. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it like I started here, which is doing like a single crochet. Kind of tight. Doing a single crochet, and then putting your hook through here, pulling and pulling again. And that's your first double crochet. You could do that, but I like doing this instead. I'm gonna pull it out as long as, long enough to make it a double crochet, something like that. And I usually turn here and put it through here, but it's too much hassle. And a lot of people have difficulty doing that. So what I'm just gonna do is just gonna leave it like this. Just make sure that you hold it nice and tight right here. And you're gonna insert your hook through the very same one at the base. You're gonna pull up a loop. And here is where you're going to grab this, go under, and then pull up a loop, and that's your first double crochet. Let me show you again. You hold it nice and tight. You go into the stitch, the same one, to both of them. You pull up a loop, and when you come back with the loop, you're going to grab this long one and you're going to go under. You grab it and go under. And then you're going to pull up another loop and finish your first double crochet. So I need to do 2 in the same space. So now I can do a regular one, insert your hook, and you have 2. So I need to do 2 in each. That'll give me 24. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Please, in the comments, let me know what level of crocheter you are so I know what kind of things we should be crocheting on the lives. And I don't start crocheting like a little more complicated stuff. Okay, so I have 1, I have 2 here, 2 here, 2 in each. I don't know if my lighting is good. I think it's gonna get dark soon. The fall, it starts getting dark early. I think around 6 it starts getting dark over here. I don't know how it is where you live. What countries are you guys watching this from? Let me know in the comments also, please. I want to build a community of like-minded people here that we all love crochet, and then we can just. I want this to be a place where you come and just get away from your life. You get away from your routine, and I want it to be like nice, comfortable, refreshing, just a place where you can chat, like we're chatting, like we're together at a coffee shop and we're just crocheting together and chatting about whatever you guys want to chat about, family, friends, cooking, baking, which I do all of that too. I like making wreaths also. I haven't done many lately, but there was a time a few years ago where I used to make wreaths and I used to sell them on locally for the holidays. I sew my own um, Santa Claus and I stuffed it and I put it in the front of the what you call it, the wreath. So now we have them all here, and we're gonna close at the top, but I want to close the other way, which is inserting my hook here and then just pulling this loop through it, and that's closed. So that's round two is done. So I have 24, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. And now we're doing the same thing. For whatever reason, this yarn is kind of rough. And we do the same. So I'm going to go in here in the first one, pull up the loop, go under here, and pull up the other loop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the increase. We do the increase here. So we have 2 and 1. So this is how this one goes for people who don't know. You start with 12, then you have to, I already mentioned that you need to increase by the same number on all your rounds. So if I start with 12, I need to increase 12 more, 12 more, 12 more, 12 more. So I already have 24 here. Now I need to do 24 plus 12, right? So that will be what? 36. And the way that you do that is that you do an increase on one and one single, uh, one double crochet in the next one. An increase, meaning two of them in one, and then one double crochet. Increase, one double crochet. Increase, one double crochet, all the way around until you finish. And that'll give you 36 double crochets. So we're going to do that. Oh, come on. Usually, people who like crocheting obviously like doing things, creating things with their hands. They like also cooking or baking or some other craft besides that. Would you let me know in the comments what other craft you like besides crocheting? Some people like to do crocheting and knitting, but I can't knit to save my life, honestly, because I first learned how to crochet, and that's what people say. When you first learn how to, whatever you learn first, that's what comes easy for you. But I guess so because I have trouble. I cannot even hold those two needles to um, knit. I bought the machine, the what is that machine called? You know, the knitting machine with the 48 needles and stuff. I bought that. I've used it. I made beanies with that, but I haven't done it in a while. So I was having difficulties with some. It only takes certain kind of yarn, huh? Not every yarn works for those machines. So yeah. So I'm working on my two and one, two and one, two and one, then two. And one, you know what? Let me check it because I'm over here chatting with you and I need to pay attention to what I'm doing at the same time. So two and one, two and one. Yep, I'm doing well. Oh, my nose is itchy. Sorry. Um, and we are, oops, check. Two, one, two. So besides crocheting and making wreaths, I also I like cooking. I like baking. Oh, I make a mean carrot cake. Let me tell you, really, really good. It's not because I'm saying it just because what do you call that? Chewing your own horn or something, whatever it's called, whatever that saying is. But it's really good. It's really good with a cream cheese topping. I'm making myself hungry. And I just started doing the low carb, well, keto kind of thing. So that has helped me lose some weight. I've tried other eating differently, and I it seems like my body likes this. But then again, I like sweets, and then if I stop eating this way, I gain the weight back like in no time. That's the only problem. It's like I have to make it a lifestyle, right? But how can you? When there's so much good stuff out there, all the desserts. I like to eat pan dulce with a big glass of milk, the sweet Mexican bread. Oh, especially when it's coming out of the oven. They have a bakery. It's a Salvadorian bakery close to my home. And man, there was a time just a few months ago where I used to go. I would call them and I would ask them if the bread was out, and I was like, yeah, the bread is out. And why is this making noises? I'm so sorry. I don't know how to quiet my computer. Anyway, so yeah, I used to go to the bakery to get a sweet bread, and I started doing that like almost every night. And man, let me tell you, I gained so much weight. It was crazy. And I feel like I did something wrong here because this is my last stitch and I'm supposed to end with one. So let's go and see what I did wrong here. So one, two, three, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It looks like I have an extra one that I need to make. We'll figure it out. The good thing with crochet is like if you're not selling it, it's just for you or for gifting. Only a person who knows crochet is gonna notice. Like, oh my God, she missed she missed a stitch or something like that. Which I think that's what I did here. But I'm gonna improvise. So you guys see, there is no strict rules on how you're supposed to do this or how you're supposed to do that. So I'm done. I'm gonna do this here, pull up a loop, and we're done with round 3. And that's how it looks. That's how it's looking, right? I don't crochet fast. That's the only thing. I am not a fast crocheter. Oh, what happened here? There's some people that can do whatever, like a beanie. Oh, I can make a beanie in a half an hour. It's like, OMG, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. Come on. This yarn is kind of rough. I don't recommend this specific yarn for doing this chemo hats because it's kind of rough. They have some other one that's called baby soft cotton or something like that. That one is great for this kind of hats. So here we go. We're going to round. 3. Come on, run 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do the increase on the first one. And now we're gonna do, we need to increase by 12 again. So now we're gonna do 2, the increase on the first one, and then double crochet, double crochet. So 1 double crochet here, 1 here, and then we're gonna do an increase here, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 increase, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, all the way around. So far we've done 12 double crochets, then increase on each of them in the second one, and now on the third one we did increase, 1 double crochet, increase, 1 double crochet, and now we're gonna do increase, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. So it goes 2 on each, then 2 1, then 2 1 1, and then the next one is gonna be 2 1 1 1, and then 2 1 1 1 1. Easy peasy. So okay, so we did increase here. So now I have to do 1 double crochet here and 1 in the next one. So that's what we're gonna repeat all the way around. 2 1 1, 2 1 1, all the way around. And we can keep chatting. I don't see any comments yet, so I'm here. Come visit me. Come crochet with me. The beauty of this is like after you're done with your base, your round base, like I measured this on my head. So now this is the top of my head, right? So now I can, whatever else other crochet or other stitches I'm gonna do around, they're gonna stay the same size. They're gonna stay whatever number I have here. So I had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows for it to be to the cover the very top of my head. And now it's gonna go, whatever stitches I put here is, I don't have to do any increases at all anymore. I'm just gonna continue the same number, and that's how it's gonna be going, start going up, 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 or down, like however you wanna see it, and it start forming like a beanie. But we're gonna create something out of our head, no pattern. So for the sake of this live, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave it at 4, and then we're going to start doing the sides. So it's going to be a small beanie, but that's the idea. Okay. So we have 2, 1, 1, 2, oops, 2, 1, 1. Welcome to my live. If you end up watching this after, please still leave me a message. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see next. My goal here is that we're able to crochet things just from out of from our head without having to have a pattern. And that's how you can create your own once you let your creativity go. You can create your own patterns, start writing things down. Oh, which I have a surprise for you at the end. I'll let you know. Um, Start writing your own patterns, and you can sell them, or you can just use them uh, to repeat whatever it is that you make. If you like it, then either you can make the pattern to sell, or you can just use it for your own benefit. Like you can make things yourself for gifts or for yourself. But you can sell a lot of things. There's a lot of places out there where you can sell your stuff. And that's my goal, that you learn how to just create out of your head, and that you can make your own patterns and you can sell them. You can use other people's creations as inspiration, not copying people. But whatever you make here in this live, you have the permission to do whatever you want with it. So we have 2 1 1 2. That's what I would love, that you can make it, create your pattern, sell it, and make your money. Sorry, sometimes when I'm talking, I just kind of like not paying attention. So that's why you see me looking every so often. And I'm practicing on doing this while I'm talking too. So I usually just sit in my living room, and just crochet. And I don't have anyone talking to me or anything. So I'm just quiet, either listening to some music or something, and crocheting. So this is new, new for me. Having to crochet, not having to crocheting and chatting at the same time. But I'll get the hang of it. My will to teach and to share is stronger than anything. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, we're gonna be making a beanie, and this is gonna be without a pattern, just from our imagination. And I've made a couple of them like this, and I sell them online. But when I make something big like that big white dress, I'm like, oh, I should have done the. I always say that to myself. I should have done the pattern. I should have wrote the pattern. But I sit down and start crocheting, and I don't realize it until I'm like halfway done. I'm like, oh man, I should have I should have wrote it down. My husband is like, yeah, you should have. And then I say, okay, I'm gonna do it, just watching the looking at the garment again. I'm just gonna go ahead and start writing it down. But then I just get kind of lazy or something, and I don't do it. I just start something else. Like, I'll get to it. But no, this time really I want to get to it, because that I have that blue dress, the navy dress, and I have this white dress that I need to work on. Because if I did those live, oh my goodness, it would take us forever, to hours and hours to get it done. It took me. That was my first big uh, um, project, doing that blue one. It took me a few months, because I was barely learning, and I just ventured into doing it myself. Crazy, huh? It was fun though, but I think that's why it took me so long. Okay, so we are at one, two, three, four, and now we're gonna start with what are we gonna do now? I'm gonna I'm gonna continue with the same amount of stitches. I am not gonna keep increasing. Let's say this is the top of the head, and I'm gonna start working on the sides. So now we need to figure out what stitch we want this to be. Do I want to do chains, single crochets, double crochets? What am I doing? Let's see. Well, we're gonna start with. I'm gonna do chains and see where that takes us. Oh my goodness, this is hard. Two, three, and then I'm gonna skip. So this is the one where I did it. So I'm gonna skip one, and then do it on the second one. And I'm gonna do it as a slip stitch. So this is what I'm working on. Just a tiny little hole here. See? So it's three chains, and then I skip one, and then on the second one I slip stitch. And then one, we're gonna do this all the way around. One, two, three. I'm gonna skip one and do a slip stitch here. Get more yarn. Three chains, skip one, slip stitch on the next. The reason why I'm doing that is so that the chain has a little bit of loop like this, so I can put another stitch in here on the next round, which I don't know what the next one is gonna be, but this is what it is now. I do one row at a time. So one, two, slip stitch. Oh, come on. One, two, three. We all hold our hook differently, huh? I've seen people hold it like this. I feel like I cannot, I cannot do it like this. I'm gonna try it. Oh my goodness, it's super hard for me. Yeah, I hold it like this. I don't even look right. I'm gonna do one, two, three, skip one, slip stitch, one, two, three. I don't know if you guys saw my video where I did that doily, the yellow doily. That's how I started too. I just started crocheting, double crochets, and then just stuff just starts coming out. One, two, three. The thing with doing your own creative crochet is that you can do whatever stitch you want, and if it doesn't look good, you can undo it and do it again. And little by little, you start learning, and it just starts. Your creative juices start flowing, right? So one, two, three, skip one, and on the next one, you're gonna do a slip stitch. What's going on with this yarn? Come on, 1 second. I have a piece of yarn here. One, two, three. And also, when you're doing like doilies or something like that, that needs to stay flat, lay flat, you need to block it because usually crochet doesn't look good just crochet like that. When you block it, then it actually shows its true colors per se, its true shape, its true. You can really show off on your stitches once you block it. Blocking is, what to me is steaming. Some people pin their. For example, if you're crocheting a shawl, after you finish it, then you block it. There's some people that have these foam things with pins, and then they get the shawl wet, and they pin it pin it to that foam thing, and then it stays like that until it dries, and then when you take the pins off, it stays like that. But all I do is I put a couple of towels on top of my bed, and then I get my hand steamer, and then I extend it, whatever it is. For example, this is let's say this is a doily, and then I get my steamer and like almost touching but not quite, and you just like steam it, and you start stretching it, and you stretch and stretch and then steam it, and it usually stays the size that you want it to be, because sometimes things look smaller than you want it. Like if you're making something large, once it is medium, it's like ready for you to block it, because once you finish blocking it or steaming it, it's going to stretch and it's going to look large. So that's how I do it. Just talking about blocking. Beanies, obviously, I don't block because they need to stay the size that you make them. When I wash my beanies, I wash them depending. I follow the directions from the manufacturer, obviously, but I put them in the lingerie bag to wash them so they don't get all discombobulated, right? You can't just throw something like this in the wash and expect it to come out the same way, you know. And also don't dry it, or if you do put it in the dryer, well, what I usually do is I keep it in the lingerie bag. I wash in the lingerie bag, and I put it in the dryer in the lingerie bag and cool, just to get some, you know, a little bit uh, very low, just to get a little bit of whatever. And then I take it out, and where is this one right here? It goes here. So now I'm gonna walk my yarn to the middle of this. So this is how it looks. It looks cute, huh? So now you do slip stitches until you get to the top of the first little arch. And here, what are we gonna do next? Um, what do I want to do next? Let's see. Let's do double crochets here. And you know how I start my first double crochet like this? One, two. So I need to keep the number the same as the base. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so 12, 24, 36, 48. So I need to keep it at 48. The reason why I skip one on the prior one instead of two, because I chained three. So you put your slip stitch on the second one. So two, 1, 2 plus one makes the little arch. I don't know if I'm making sense. Then here, so I did 1, 2, 3. Wait, is it three or two? I'm confused now. Yep. Nope. It's this is one, two, and three. Let me show you what I'm gonna do with this. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. So I need to go, if I want to skip this one or do a slip stitch and go here, how many do I need to have? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to do 4. In order to skip this one, I need to do 4 here, 4, and then we're gonna slip stitch here. I mean a single crochet here. That's 5, and then coming over here will be the 6. Let me see how it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how it's looking. 4, 1 single crochet here, and we skip to the next one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I have 8, so I have 4 and 4. That's 8, and this one is 9. Is that gonna give me what I need? I need it to start coming up because I'm gonna keep the number. So let's see if that will work. We go around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet here and 4 on the next one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It looks pretty, right? And we're going to continue with the same all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet here, and we do it all the way around. I know some people can crochet so fast. I've watched them and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot do that. But let's get all the way around because I have a surprise for you at the end. If you're watching this after the live, you can still, you know, I'm not going to spoil it. You have to stay until the end to find out what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet here, and we do the same around. And 4. This is how I do my, when I start crocheting, I just start doing it and see how it comes out. If it doesn't come out, then I undo it and do something else. Honestly, I'd rather do that than have to follow a pattern. I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. Follow a pattern like, you know what? I could just create whatever comes to mind. Do you like following patterns or do you want to learn how to create things on your own? Let me know in the comments. We got 4 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would have had, so see, right here is not right. So I did 4. I should have had one more chain here and I missed that chain here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I do have 12. So instead of frogging the whole thing, I'm just going to go ahead and do a single or a slip stitch right here. Oops. And then just, what are we doing with the next? I think we can go in the middle of these 4. So I have to go up this stitch. Where's the first one? It's so hard. It's tiny. Come on. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to be in the middle right here. So I'm in the middle of the 2. And what are we doing with this one? Maybe we can do more chains and repeat this all over so it all looks, so it comes down looking like that all the way. You want to try that? Let's try that. All right, so no, I think I want to do something else. Let's try this. Um, let's try doing a V stitch. How about that? Let's see what happens with the V stitch. V stitch. And then how do I get here? Do I chain and do another chain and do a double crochet on the prior single crochet? Will that work? Let's see. V stitch, chain one, in the same place, chain one, double crochet in the center of the prior single crochet, chain one, V stitch in the middle of these four. So V stitch with one chain, not two. Yeah, I think I like that. Chain one, double crochet in the prior single crochet, chain one, V stitch with one chain, chain one. Oh, my yarn keeps getting stuck. Chain one, and we repeat this all the way around. V stitch again in the middle, chain one, double crochet in the prior single crochet, V stitch, chain one here, and this is how it's looking. So it's gonna start going down the sides of the head. Are you writing it down? Because I'm not. I'm just making it. Single crochet, double crochet, one chain, double crochet in the prior single crochet, in the single crochet or prior row, I should say. Then a V stitch with one chain only, not two. Usually the V stitch is double crochet, chain two, and then double crochet in the same spot, but we're doing double crochet, chain one, and double crochet in the same spot. And then chain one, and we're gonna do a double crochet in the single crochet or prior row, the top of the single crochet or prior row. And then we'll do the V stitch again, chain one double crochet in the middle of the top of the prior single crochet. Then we do another V stitch in the middle of the four from the prior row, chain one, and we have another double crochet on the top of the single crochet or prior row, then another V stitch in the middle of the four of the prior row, chain one double crochet at the top of the single crochet or prior row, chain one, another V stitch in the middle of the 4 from the prior row, chain 1. This is how it's looking. It's starting to go up a little bit, as it should. Double crochet at the top of the single crochet from prior row, chain 1, V stitch in the middle of the 4 from the prior row, chain 1, and then we're going to squeeze a single crochet here. A double crochet here. Chain 1, and then we close it right here at the top of the first double crochet. That's where we're going to close it. We can close it like this since we're not doing all these rows where it's going to show. We can close it like that. Whatever is easier for you, just use your creativity. Okay, so what are we doing for the next row? What should work for the next row? It's looking really cute. What do I want to do for my next row? Should we do another cluster under these stitches? Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. We start with our first double. I know people are gonna say, "Oh my God, your first double crochet is what is this happening here? I'm getting too many notices. Sorry. Why is this happening here? Why is she making her double crochets look terrible or whatever? That's how I make it. You can make your double crochet how you learned it, how you like it. There is no rules when it comes to crochet. You do what you want. You do what you want. Nobody can come and tell you, oh, that's not the proper way. There is no such thing as a proper way for nothing. You do it how you like it. There are basic stitches. Like if you're gonna sell it or something and they know, or you're, only someone that knows how to crochet can say, oh my God, they missed a stitch there. Oh my God, but usually people are not gonna say anything. They look at the overall picture and they're like, wow. You know what I mean? Only you know if you made a boo-boo or not. So what are we doing here? So now we're gonna chain. Do I chain 1? Let's see. I did 3. No, I wanna do 4. I wanna keep it even because it's easier to work with even numbers. So we do 4. Again, we chain 1. Do I wanna do a single crochet here now? Let's see how it looks. And then do 4 here again, like we did on the prior 2 rows ago. Let's see what comes out. See, I'm just going along. Nobody's gonna say, my goodness, that's not right. That's not how you do it. You're crazy. Why are you doing it like that? That's how I like it. Yeah. See? It's coming out. And did I chain 1? Yeah, I chained 1. Let's see if it doesn't come out too open. Let's try this. Oh, I didn't chain 1 here. Let's go back. See? Did I do a chain there? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just do. Let's try it without the chain and see what happens. Now we'll just undo it. Since I'm just at the beginning of the row, you can always go back and start over and fix it or change it, modify it, whatever. People are gonna say, "Oh my God, I didn't know this is how you do your things." Yeah, yeah, that's how it starts. That's how it starts until I get it the way I like it. And then once you repeat a few rows, then you can repeat like make it a three row repeat, and you do it over and over again. So we're almost doing the same thing we did here. Then the next one was the V stitches, and then now we're back to this one. So let's see how it looks. Three, four. So if you do it a two row repeat, so then you know how it's gonna end. So we did this with the clusters of four. Now that we did the V stitch, now the next one is another cluster of four. Then we can probably go again and do the V stitch all the way until we finish it. So it's gonna look like this all the way to the bottom, to the edge of the forehead. Okay, let's continue. Single crochet where I have the double crochet. Then we do another cluster of four inside the V stitch. Oops. And we've been crocheting for a while now, huh? If you watch this on the replay, you have the option of um, playing it faster. It's probably gonna sound funny. My voice is gonna sound funny, but if you are in a rush or you just wanna watch all the way through, don't have a lot of time, then you can make it go fast. What the? Oh, single crochet, and I see. I need to add chains. I need to add chains. How do I know? Look how much is curling in. And it's not supposed to curl in. It's supposed to stay like this. So that tells me that I'm missing stitches here because otherwise it's gonna start closing, right? So we're gonna undo it, and that's how it is. But it's only just a little bit. So that tells me I need to add chains. So I'm gonna add chains at the end of my cluster of four right here. Don't be afraid to undo it. Just let your imagination go. So I do one chain here and one chain after the single crochet. And now I do the four cluster of four, and let's see how this is gonna look. You didn't know you were gonna be doing all of this, did you? Creative crocheting, just out of the head. Yep. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. You just come up with stitches on the fly. But it's gonna be so worth it. And it makes it unique, right? It's something that you're making unique that nobody else has. Because nobody's gonna think on putting the stitches or the design like you're doing, like I'm doing. Like, well, you may have it the same as I'm having it here because you're here. But if you're just doing it on your own, it's gonna be unique to you, and that is something that can make it one of a kind, and you can just make the pattern for it by just going back and just looking at what you did, and you write your pattern, and then you put it for sale. That's how you do it. And trust me, people will buy it because it's unique. People will buy it. I can tell you that from experience. Don't think it's like, oh my gosh, people are not gonna. They think I'm crazy, or they're not gonna think anything. They're gonna love it, and they're gonna buy it if that's your goal. And with this, you can learn how to make all kinds of things. This is just the basics of how you can just use your imagination. This is for doing round things like beanies. Like if you add more stitches in between, then it's gonna stay flat, 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 and you can make a doily, or you can make a round tablecloth, or anything else for that matter. Anything that is round is just gonna grow this way. Or if you keep them on a row, if you start on a row, like with chains, you start on a row, it's just gonna be like a big square or a big rectangle or whatever for a tablecloth or for a blankie or anything like that. But I would say try to keep it like three repetitions, three row repetition. In this case, we're doing only two row repetition. I may switch it up on the next one and add something else, but for now, let's keep it at these two. These, the clusters of four, and the ones with the V stitch. We can do that. So one, two, three, and four. Single crochet in a prior double crochet, chain one, and we do the four, and single crochet here, chain one. You get the hang of it. You go all the way around. You probably finish this round before I do because I don't crochet fast. And then I'm talking, so I have to stop every so often and check on my work because I'm not used to talking while I crochet, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, if you get the hang of this round, you're probably like almost done with this round while I'm still like barely not even halfway, especially with my carpal tunnel. Like my hands hurt. I'm getting like a couple of things on my fingers, like this bulgy stuff. It looks terrible. I even went to the doctor and I told the doctor they did X-ray and stuff and whatever, and the doctor tells me, "Well, it doesn't show like you have anything." I'm like, "What do you mean I don't have anything? Did you not see this? Can you see this? These two things growing here? Like I'm growing horns on my finger. What's up with that?" Right? And the doctor says that there is nothing because he couldn't see anything on the X-ray. I'm like, okay, okay, no medication or nothing. I'm like, whatever. So I guess I just have to live with it. I couldn't really find anything online. So if you know of what I can do to make it better, just please let me know. Because honestly, I'm kind of sad and concerned about it because they're my hands. You know, who wants their hands to start getting deformed all of a sudden? It's kind of hard to accept. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what's going on with my hands, and that's why I don't crochet so fast. I don't think I've ever crocheted fast, anyways, but it's just I'm getting slower as time goes by. And yeah, I love my crochet. Do you guys have a hard time like selling or getting rid of your crochet stuff? I do. I want to sell them, but I don't want to sell them. You know what I mean? Because like I want to keep my stuff. It's so pretty, and I'm thinking another thing is like not a lot of people want to pay you what your time is worth, what your work is worth. Do you have that situation happening? And that's why I think I don't sell a lot of my stuff because to me they're worth more than people are willing to pay. So I'm like, I'm good. I'll just keep it. I just enjoy it myself. So we finished with that roll, and I should have told you what I'm doing. So I'm gonna show you. See, now it's staying. It's staying like the same size. It's not folding in. So I finished it here with a single crochet on the prior double crochet, chain one, and then I slip stitch on the first double crochet of the beginning of the row. So I have one, two, three, four here, right? So I did single crochet, one chain, and I slip stitch at the top of the first double crochet, and then I single crochet here, slip stitch to the center. So you move to the center because here at the center of these four, I'm gonna do again this um, these stitches. We're gonna repeat this. So it's a two row repetition until we get it to as long as we want it. So will be a beanie. So it's gonna start coming down, 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 and at the end we can just finish it with a um, you can do whatever stitch you want. You can do a whole row of double crochets or 1, 2 rows of single crochets. Try it on. If it's for you, just try it on until you see how long you want it. If you want it to fold, usually these ones don't fold. These kind of hats do not fold at the end, so no brain. It just ends on a regular stitch because they're kind of fitted to the head. It's just to cover the head so that it's not too noticeable when someone is actually starting to lose their hair. Okay, so we've been going on for almost an hour and a half. So what we're gonna do is, if you continue repeating these, we're gonna do one more, and then you can continue just repeating the same. I think you get the hang of it, right? So you're gonna do a row of the four clusters, the four double crochet clusters, and then the next row is gonna be the V stitch in uh, double crochet, V stitch, double crochet. So we're gonna start on it, and then I'm gonna stop, and you guys can continue on your own. So we're not here for so many hours. We're gonna start with that V stitch, chain one double crochet on the prior single crochet on the single crochet of the prior row, I should say. Forgive me, sometimes my English, many times I should say, my English is just not that good, but I'm trying. Then we do another V stitch in the middle of the prior cluster with one in the middle, not two. So the V stitch is double crochet, chain one, and then another double crochet in the same place. We're not doing that. Usually the V stitch has two in the middle. This one is just one. It looks like this. Okay, and we're gonna do this all the way around. Sorry about my webcam, but this is improvising. I expected to do this video, this live on my phone in my iPad in the dining room with even better lighting, but I'm doing it here because this is what we have until YouTube gives us permission to go mobile. So this stitch, chain one, double crochet uh, at the top of the single crochet from the prior row, chain one, double crochet, this stitch in the middle of the four cluster, double crochet four cluster, how do you say that? At the middle of the prior cluster of four double crochets, you're gonna do a V stitch, chain one, double crochet at the top of the single crochet from the prior row, chain one, V stitch in the middle of the cluster from the prior row, V stitch, chain one, double crochet at the top of the single crochet from prior row, chain one, V stitch in the middle of the cluster from the prior row, and we're going to go all the way around this way. And at the end, you can end with the V stitches, so that on the last row or the last two rows, you can do either a single crochet on each space or a double crochet on each space to end. You know what I mean? Let's try it. Let me finish this. I'm almost done. Well, I just started actually. Let's go. Let's try it. We're gonna do another V stitch. Chain one, double crochet in the top of the single crochet from prior row, chain one, double crochet in the middle of the cluster from prior row. Come on. Chain one all the way around. Another V stitch, chain one, double crochet at the top of the single crochet from prior row, chain one, V stitch. See, and we just came up with this. And you saw me undo it a couple of times, but that's how you do it. You come out with your own design. The only thing I do recommend is start writing it down as you go, because trust me, you get the hang of it, and you just start going and going, and in the end, it's like, oh, I'm done, and I didn't write it down, and I don't remember. It happens. So double crochet, chain one, and we're doing a V stitch, chain one, double crochet on top of the single crochet from prior row, and chain one, V stitch in the middle of the cluster from prior row, chain one, double crochet on top of the single crochet from prior row, chain one, and we're done. We're back at the beginning. So we're going to slip stitch at the top of this first one, and this is what I was saying. Let's say we're done. Let's say that you did all your repeats for, like, this is one, two, let's say 3, 4, 5 times. 5 will be good, will be too long. Anyway, so try it on, see how long it is. It should be like right at the edge of, like, by your eyebrows, or if you want it a little shorter from this, because then you have to do the brim. Okay, this brim for these ones can be only a regular single crochet or a double crochet, or if you have anything fancy that you want to use, that is one on each space. So let's say we already did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, so it's long enough. We want it there. Now we're gonna do the brim. The end of it will be, um, we can try single crochets. So we're gonna do in the same spot. We're gonna start with a single crochet here, and a single crochet on each. Oh, come on each of these. On each space, you're gonna do a single crochet all the way around. And then you can finish it just with 1 row of single crochets, or you can do 2 rows of single crochets. Whatever you want. Oh, come on. Well, I hope that you've had fun with me today. And I will let you guys know on a video in my channel when I will be posting, or when I will be going live again. But before I do so, I need to know what you guys want to work on for the next live. Please let me know in the comments. If you have questions, anything, let me know in the comments so that I can answer them even after the live. I will get to your questions and I will answer them. Okay? Ideas, anything. doubts, opinions, anything. So I know what to show you guys on our next one. Or if you just wanna work on that poncho, the colorful poncho with the stripes. If you wanna do that, we can definitely do that. And for that, you're gonna need any yarn you want, like acrylic yarn works fine. Like how many colors we need for that? Let me see. You're gonna need at least one, two, three, four, five colors, five different colors. But in the actual live, we will only need maybe three colors, okay? And then you can add your own colors to continue it. So see, this is how it looks at the end, right? You can do just one row of single crochet, so you can do two. And this is how it's gonna look. It's very pretty, huh? And this is only a two row repeat all the way. It's a tiny itty beanie. But you make it as long as you want it, and it looks pretty. Make it your own. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. And I did say that I had a surprise for you. I also create. Let me move my camera again so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's move the camera again. Here we go. I'm here. I'm still here. Okay. So you can continue it as long as you want it, and you can increase. You can keep your base getting bigger. You want to make sure that if you cover the top of the head, once you reach here, then you don't need to increase anymore. You're just gonna make the same amount of stitches from your last row, and it's just gonna start coming down and down and down and down. And this one doesn't fit me, but it'll be like this, something like that, and that makes it chemo hat. I did say that I was gonna show you about the beads, how I use my beads. So let's try that really quick. I was forgetting. See, I was forgetting. So what I do is I'm crocheting. So when I get to this point where I'm getting ready for the next stitch, I take my hook off. I insert the bead in there, and then I grab it like this, and I put my yarn through the hole here, and then I push the bead and pull the needle, and I put my hook back. And then I do my next stitch. Let's do a single crochet here. And let's do a one, let's not don't put them together, two together, unless you want to. You can do whatever you want. It's your project. But let's say I'm going to put the next one here. So I pull it this much. I grab the bead. I insert my yarn through the, oops. I insert my yarn through here, like that. And then I pull it through, and I grab my hook again, pull it down, and then finish my stitch, my next stitch. And that's how it looks. Oh, so sorry about this camera. It's just so messed up. That's how it looks. And then you keep going all around, right? And I'll see it one more time, and then we're good. And I can show you what I want to show you, and then we can all go have a great evening. One more. Put it through here. These are the 10 millimeter ones, unfinished wood. I put it in the description if you want to get some. Put your yarn through there, and then just put, put your hook through the loop again, bring it close, and finish the next stitch. Come on. It's hard to crochet in the air. And that's how it looks. That's how it looks. And that's how I did this. I showed you guys in my video, one of my videos. And this was also created just out of my head, okay? See, I just start going and going. And it's nice and heavy because it's got the beads. Can you see the beads? All the beads. And this is a cotton, kind of variegated cotton. Look how pretty the colors come out. Sometimes you can use the simplest stitch, like as a single crochet or double crochet. It's the color of the yarn that makes the fanciness of it, if you want to call it that. But that's how you use beads. And this is going to be for a round table. It's just going to cover the very top of a round table. And this is a gift. Also, either you guys want to make that for the next live, or we can start working on cozy like this for Christmas with a button. This is for the cups, like the regular store-bought cups, the tall ones. You just wrap it around, and then just button it. Then you can get this fuzzy yarn, and you can just make where's my camera? Right there. Make the little buckle, Santa's buckle. We have that. You want to make that? Let me know. The Santa cozy, or we can work on doing fingerless gloves. If you want to do fingerless gloves, we can do that too. Okay, we have that. We can make more round stuff. Also, I didn't change the yarn. The yarn just comes like that. So how cool is that? I just continued it, and the yarn just comes out those colors. So cool, because they say that blue, the white, and the pink. Okay. We can make other kinds of beanies. Also, when you have a yarn that is variegated and it has all these colors, you don't need to do fancy stitches on them because it's not going to show your stitch really. You can only see the yarn colors, right? That's what I believe. That's what I think. When you combine colors, you can make things like this. The color looks not the same on the camera as it does in real life. This looks more orange in the camera, but it's actually red. And this is a watermelon. It's just a little placemat. It has this red. It's got like a pale pink. It's got the white and the green. Combining colors makes cute stuff. Or we can make baby stuff. Also, another way that you can make money is by making props, photography props. There are photographers that specialize in baby pictures, which we charge a lot of money for those pictures. Let me tell you, I know that. Anyway, so you can make tiny things and they can use them for their props when they go take pictures of babies. You have these, is a little, what do you call this? You know what this is, right? I can't think of the name. Anyway, it goes on top of the diaper for the baby, and this is for Yoda. Isn't that cute? I can teach you how to make this too. This is a beanie, same as we started this round beanie. It's all the way. It's just all double crochets. And then you make the ears. The ears, you make them inside out. And then it's just a triangle, like a double. And then when you stitch it to the beanie, you just fold the front. So it looks like this. I guess you could probably put like a soft wire inside so they can stay really open. But yeah, isn't it cute? Cute little things you can make. Or we can work on making this sunflower. I think this is a beautiful sunflower. It's got these nice petals. Look at the petals. It's cute, huh? Okay. So finally, I don't know if you're wondering what this is doing here. This is my creation also. I make journals for crocheters. And I try to make them spiral bound because it's hard to find them spiral bound. Let me tell you, I tried a company. This is just a sample from the company. This was a lot of money. It is not feasible to make this spiral bound for me to sell. It will cost the customer a lot of money. So I just got that one sample. But I want to show you this journal has everything you need to keep track of your stuff. And it has a yarn inventory. With your yarn inventory, you can do your yarn. You have your yarn, the name of your yarn, the weight, the colors, how many yards or meters, and the amount that you have. This is your inventory, right, to keep your inventory. And I have a page that I want to gift you for staying with me, for watching this all the way here. I'm going to post in the comments the link of the website where you can go and get it for free. That page I just showed you, and also this one. It is free of charge. The first one I showed you is for your yarn inventory, and this one is for your hook inventory, hooks and needles inventory. And it's also available for you to download for free. So you have two pages that you can get for free, and you can start keeping track. You can print them as many times as you want and use it for your personal use only, please. Personal use only. Yarn and thread inventory and hook inventory. This one has the conversions of stuff. It has more stuff, which I'm not going to talk about right now, but you can, everything you need, body measurements, project number, and all the good stuff. But I want to give you those two pages. You can go on this website. I'm going to type it right now over here. I'm going to post it here. Let me see, on the chat. And you can go and download your free yarn inventory sheet and your hook inventory. There you go. Enjoy. And thank you for joining me. And please let me know what you guys would like to watch next. And I would love to see your pictures, your images. Once you finish yours, I would love to see your images in the comments, even if obviously after the live. Just post them here. I'll be very happy to see them. And if you're in another country and you, please guys tell me, help me out. You know, I want to build a community with you. So I want to help you. I want to be there for you. So tell me what times work best for you. Is this a great time for you, or should I do it later in the day after you serve dinner and all that good stuff, or the weekends? What works best for you? Please let me know in the comments. Also, for the people who speak Spanish, I'm going to speak Spanish now. Si quieren que haga estos videos en vivo en español, por favor díganme también en los comentarios para poder saber y qué horas son convenientes para ustedes. Sé que hay gente que me mira desde España también. Les agradezco mucho. Muchas gracias por acompañarme, por mirar mis videos, por su apoyo. Y quiero crear una comunidad aquí de personas como yo, que son amantes de tejer y queremos compartir lo poco que sabemos y solo platicar, estar aquí para tejer y platicar de lo que sea. Es un momento que nos separa de nuestra rutina, ¿verdad? De nuestra vida, de la familia, de todo. Es un momento para nosotros, donde podemos estar como una comunidad, donde solamente somos nosotros y tejemos y disfrutamos de nuestra propia compañía y de lo que hagamos, lo que creamos, ¿verdad? Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Until then, enjoy life. Enjoy each and every day. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.